Well, we start today in Puerto Rico, where according to the latest report from the Department of Health, the COVID positivity rate on the island currently sits at 14.57%, making it the highest transmission rate in the territory, or the territory has seen since February, I should say. Now, our One Caribbean News, Francis Felix, actually spoke with the director of a local vaccination site and brings us more on the recent approval of that second booster shot.
The positive rate of COVID-19 in Puerto Rico continues to increase according to reports from the Department of Health. This occurring few weeks after Governor Pierluisi eliminated the mask mandate and lifted other measures.
Well, when you see the situation around the world, we have other increased cases in Europa or Asia. We know eventually they come to the America, U.S. and Puerto Rico because we have a lot of flight. We are to prepare, and we know in a couple of weeks the situation comes to Puerto Rico, so we need to work on that.
What percent of people have the first booster?
Okay, well, right now in Puerto Rico we have 49% of our population have the first booster, and right now we start to give it the first booster and the second boosters for the last week.
When you start vaccinating the second booster here in Voces?
If you know, the last week FDA approval and then CDC have the recommendations. The last Friday we start to bring access to the population about the second shot to the 50 years plus the peoples. And right in Plaza Las Americas, our more bigger center, we receive more 500 people by day to receive the second shot. A couple of them is maybe the first booster, but the most of them is a second shot, the booster.
What is the recommendation of Voces?
We realized that the government passed to the population the responsibility to take our toolbox, what we have. We have a mask, we have vaccines, we have pills for treatment to the people who have COVID. We know we have available for free to the test. If you don't feel well, you go on anywhere of the Departamento de Salud or Departamento of Health, have the available the test, make a test or stay by home. If you don't feel well, maybe just simple symptoms, but stay at home and don't share the COVID with your family or the community. Check your immunization card. Read when you need the first booster or second booster, and move on. Move on, go to any center of Voces or any other center they have availability to the vaccines.
The Department of Health mentioned that the vaccine against COVID-19 decreases over time. Voces and Health concurs that it's important to receive the booster. From Atorrey, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
All right, thanks so much, Francis. Well, meantime, the National Institutes of Health, along with the Association of Public Health, are working to streamline the reporting of COVID-19 tests as more people start using at-home tests. Public health experts have grown concerned about the lack of reporting of those at-home test results, leading to an undercount of the true number of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. mainland. The NIH and the APH have teamed up to improve the reporting of COVID test results between at-home test manufacturers and public health authorities. Now, this approach still relies on people who use at-home tests to self-report their results to manufacturers, but APHL officials hope their system will make the process more efficient. Experts say anyone who has COVID symptoms, even just a sniffle, should get tested for COVID-19. In the meantime, record-breaking travel was reported at the Providenciales International Airport. It's really a sure sign that life is slowly returning to normal in the TCI. And while lots of tourists is a good thing, it seemed to cause a bit of a dilemma at the airport. Our Deandra Hamilton explains what happened and how airport officials found a solution.
4 weeks, the Providenciales International Airport has managed well over 45,000 passengers in what has been consecutive record-breaking tourism arrival weekends for the TCI. The overwhelming interest has been troublesome, though. Congestion and horrendous lines at the airport, as seen here in video captured on cell phone at the start of the surge in travelers. Some 90% of private flights had also been stalled or stuck, and the Travel Assured portal was unable to get all entry applications processed on time. We've heard from the Ministry of Tourism, which said, "We have taken steps to reduce the wait time for applications by focusing on next day travel and bringing in reinforcements when necessary. The majority of travelers receive their intended approvals." End of quote. And the Turks and Caicos Islands Airports Authority, after coming under fire, did better, much better, in the ensuing weekends. It was the result of collaboration with stakeholders like the Turks and Caicos Hotel and Tourism Association. Now, guests will enjoy more vacation time. Airport departures are no longer 3 hours, but down to 1 to 2 hours ahead of a scheduled flight. And tents are set up to manage the overflow on the arrivals and departures side and is good shelter from the sun. We've also got this on Palm Sunday, another sign that life is returning to normal in the TCI. With the majority of the workforce employed in the tourism sector, no doubt much of the praises going up here are from Christians who believe that healthy arrivals are blessings from a benevolent God. Community Fellowship Center joined its 3 churches for a return of the Easter time tradition. DeAndre Hamilton reporting.
I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise.
All right, thanks for that report, DeAndre. Meantime, the Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force now officially has an air wing to add to its unit and maritime branch. The air wing was commissioned at the V.C. Byrd International Airport on Tuesday. A former Barbuda Airways was converted into a military plane, which has been given the name ABDF Alpha 1. It will be used for security patrol and liaison commissions. The Chief of Defense Staff, Colonel Talbert Benjamin, highlighted the importance of this development.
We have now joined with some of our larger regional partners such as Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, with the establishment of what is referred to as an air wing. Being a small island nation, this is indeed significant, and it is our intention to expand this air wing.
Now, the Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force is also hoping to have a helicopter added to its air assist. The Minister of Civil Aviation, Sir Robin Yearwood, also spoke at the commissioning ceremony, saying the new air wing would assist the Coast Guard in keeping intruders out of Antigua and Barbuda's territorial waters.
I've heard complaints about foreign fishing vessels threatening our fisherfolk with violence. The air wing will provide a quicker response time for disasters at sea, quickly locating those persons in distress.